Alrighty, good evening and happy Tuesday as we welcome you into the Hutton Gymnasium here at Chillicothe High School as the Cavaliers welcome in Miami Trace for a midweek FAC matchup here in the Southeast District. Along with Shane Combs, my name is Dewey Daly as we welcome you into tonight's coverage. Shane, glad to have you back here on the call.
Hey, always a pleasure. Chillicothe, Miami Trace have a tough act to follow when you consider last week's Circleville and Logan Elm 5-set thriller. Gallia Academy and Wheelersburg just the same. And, now you and I catch our breath a little bit over the weekend, right back at it here. For what should be a really good one, an FAC first place on the line. And I know there's all kinds of history as well, as I know you'll go over.
Certainly we hope this week's volleyball action can follow up last week's, and I will say it's already on track. We had back-to-back 3-set freshman and JV matches. That's what we saw, I believe, last time around with Circleville and Logan Elm. So we're on pace to get another good one here tonight. But the Cavaliers hosting Miami Trace here tonight. The Cavaliers 5-5, unbeaten 2-0 in the Frontier Athletic Conference under head coach Leslie Hammond. It was a five-set thriller last night here at the Hutton Gymnasium over Taze Valley. That snapped a 3-match losing streak for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, big win last night at Taze Valley in 5, just to kind of right the ship. You say 5-5, and people may not think real highly of that, but you got to keep in mind who they played. They've had the 2 losses to Uniota, once on the weekend in a shorter match, but one right here at the Hatton in terms of the 5-0, or excuse me, the 5-set that went 3-2 in Uniota's favor. And then they've also had Hilliard Bradley on the schedule, Wheelersburg on the schedule, an SVC opponent, Southeastern. That was another 5-setter. So I understand they've been challenged a little bit. The good news for them is they come out 2-0 in the FAC, and that puts them here on their home court tonight with an opportunity to grab sole possession if they can beat the team in Miami Trace that's kind of had a stranglehold on this conference in a while.
And the Cavs so far through 2 FAC matches have not yet dropped a conference set, with straight set wins on the road against McLean and then here at home against Hillsborough. Now, talking about teams that haven't lost in a while, Miami Trace 4-2 coming into tonight, 2-0 in the FAC under head coach Doug Mace. It was a 5-set win on the road against the Hurricane last night down in Wilmington. They're 6-1 this season in FAC sets, but going back to 2021, they've won 36 consecutive FAC matches. That includes 3 consecutive 10-0 seasons. It's been quite a run for the Panthers over the last half decade.
Well, it really has, and they've had a mixture of star power. We talk about it all the time. Some programs need to rebuild, and others just simply reload. And I think Miami Trace has been able to showcase just that particular reloading that I'm talking about. They're led by outstanding setter play, and they have some really nice hitters to go with her, and it's going to present quite a challenge for Chillicothe here this evening.
And I think a lot of people coming into tonight with what Miami Trace graduated last season, they believe the FAC could be wide open, and anytime you graduate a player like Addison Bunce, 428 kills, nearly 6%, 5.8%, aided them to a 22-2, along with the 10-0 conference record last season. There's going to be a rebuilding phase, but it seems like Miami Trace is definitely off to a hot start nonetheless this season.
The point you make about the FAC being a little bit more wide open, that is kind of the feel I got over the offseason and into the preseason. And Chillicothe and Hillsborough, I think at 7-3 last year, finished 3 back of the perfect 10-0 mark of Miami Trace. This year, Hillsborough takes Miami Trace to 4, I believe it was. And then, you mentioned the Chillicothe win over Hillsborough. So, yeah, if you're Chillicothe, you're trying everything you can to show that you belong here at the top. But if you're Miami Trace, you've kind of been there, done that, and I'm sure they want to do everything they can to make sure they stay there.
Now, Shane, in terms of offensive approach, it's 2 separate approaches for these 2 teams tonight. We'll start with Chillicothe. What can we expect to see from the Leslie Hammond-led Cavaliers here tonight?
Well, obviously the star power of Hammond there at all 6 rotations, outstanding at the net, about 5 kills per set, gives you a really good serve. Can play all the way around, and they kind of come at you in a unique attack. They use the setter out of the back row, but then it's not really a traditional 6-2. I guess it's almost like a combination 5-1 where they use the 4-2 style. What I've seen on film is they'll use the second setter across the front row. So that'll be something I explain throughout the night, the advantages, disadvantages that you get out of that. And that'll be something that's certainly unique in terms of getting Hammond as well as Miller some swings for the Lady Cavs. But yeah, they're very, very capable, and when they get those two hitters going, they're capable of playing with anybody.
Now, Shane, before you get into what Miami Trace is going to do, one of the things that is very interesting, and you can just take it away from looking at the stats. You look at Lauren Guess averaging 4.8 kills percent, Lauren Farron's averaging 3.8. Other than that, they don't have anybody else averaging a kill percent, so it seems like it's two heavy hitters that account for a lot of the offense for the Panthers.
Yeah, it does, and a lot of times it's the important stat on those other hitters becomes efficiency. You don't get as many swings. You kind of compare. Remember last year with the Adena squad where they had Burns and Day, and what you're asking from the other hitters there is just to try to give you some efficiency. The good news for Coach Mace is that it's so good at setter. Kylie Yeasel is just a junior. I think I looked today already 1,600 assists, and we're just 6-7 matches tonight into her junior year. So obviously she's been able to quarterback a whole lot of winning, and that's a nice thing to have when you start to reload a little bit in terms of your hitters.
Now, Shane, obviously, I believe the final two teams that remain unbeaten in FAC play. What are some keys to the game tonight for either team to come out of this one unbeaten in conference play?
Well, both teams have to clean up the service game and the serve-receive game. It's been something that's really, really hurt them. You look at the stat sheet here, both teams serving under 90%. That's pretty low. There is some risk reward sometimes that you can live with that. But on the Chillicothe side, they actually have 66 errors, 65 aces. Miami Trace is a little over that. It's kind of like a turnover to assist ratio in basketball. Miami Trace is a little bit on the plus side, but they too only serve it right around 88, 89%. So you go over to the serve receive side, about 90% on both sides, and so all of those numbers just a little bit lower than you like. And what it does, Dewey, is it takes away from your big-time hitters having swings. Every time Hammond's coming across the front row, you start missing serves or you don't pass on target to the setter, she's getting cheated out of swings. Same way with like a Guess and a Farron's on the other side. So that'll be something to really, really watch tonight to see how tough both teams serve, but can they do it with some efficiency? Because so far to this point in the year, they've missed way too many.
Now, Jim, we've obviously talked about some of the heavy hitters for both teams, some of those players that are going to stuff the stat sheet, but one thing we talk about all those times, you mentioned it earlier when talking about efficiency, is how well those complementary players aid the team's effort to a win. Who are some of those complementary players for either Chillicothe or Miami Trace that we could see step into a big role here tonight?
Well, I would say on both sides tonight, you're going to see some solid libero play. A couple of sophomores, with Campbell McAllister on Chillicothe side, Keani Ackley there on the Miami Trace side, and both very, very solid off to starts where they're anywhere from about 4.5 to 5 digs per set. And that'll play a big role in the serve receive, as well as just trying to keep some balls off the floor when some of these heavy hitters come on the attack.
All righty, we'll go ahead and take our first break. Coming back to the pregame show, it'll be Cavaliers and Miami Trace in a little under 3 minutes here at the Hatton Gymnasium. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
At Chillicothe Comfort Heating and Air, your comfort is our priority year-round.
Whether it's blazing hot or freezing cold, we've got your back with fast, reliable service you can trust.
Locally owned, honest, and done right the first time.
We have financing options available for every budget, as well as 60 months 0% interest.
Call us today and feel the difference that comfort makes.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
here at the Hatton Gymnasium in Chillicothe. Cavaliers getting ready to host Miami Trace for a Tuesday night FAC matchup. Both teams coming into tonight sitting at 2-0, the final unbeaten teams in conference play within the Frontier Athletic Conference. Shane Combs along with Dewey Daly bringing you tonight's coverage. Shane, we've obviously talked about a lot of the personnel, a lot of the players here tonight for both of these teams. I guess the only thing left to ask is, what are you most excited to see here tonight for either team? I know you obviously mentioned the serving early on as something both teams are going to have to clean up in order to be successful here tonight.
I'm anxious just to see some of these outstanding players that I haven't had a chance to see throughout their career as much. You know, I mean, if you think how spoiled we've been here in the early going, we've watched, just off the top of my head, we've watched the Claire King at Logan Elm. We've watched the Katie Burns at Adena. We've watched, you know, every single player from Gallia and Wheelersburg the other night. And, you know, tonight when you get Evelyn Hammond as a junior, just an outstanding player. Can impact the match in a lot of different ways. We mentioned the outstanding setter and Kylie Giesel there from Miami Trace. You know how I am with setter play. I'm a little bit biased to that, so that's something I'm anxious to see, and how she can spread the ball around. And you know, that's what makes it fun, is when you and I get a chance to get out and see so many different teams. We've seen some Mid-State League, we've seen some SVC, now we're seeing some FAC. The other night we were down in an OVC, SOC, non-league. So it's to get out and about in the coverage area and see a lot of different types of volleyball. And what I'm seeing is going to really showcase an awesome second half of the season for us here on SOSA, as well as a postseason run.
All righty, the national anthem coming up here in the Hatton Gymnasium. We'll step aside, come back for the first serve. Cavaliers and Panthers coming up next here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news. Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
Glo Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glo Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glo Fiber is here. Welcome to Glo Ohio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLO or visit glofiber.com to switch today.
Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to talk to you about our express service that we offer at every Glockner location. Did you know that you don't need an appointment if you need a routine service done to your vehicle? All you have to do is show up. No appointment necessary. Stop by and let us serve you at any Glockner location today.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top-quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
Experience the hometown Chevrolet difference. Check out our huge selection of Silverado trucks, Equinox SUVs, and the latest Chevy models. Priced to move and ready to hit the road today. Plus, with the Hometown Advantage, you get free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty at no extra cost. That's real value and real peace of mind. Your Hometown Chevrolet is proud to be your trusted local dealer of new and pre-owned inventory, delivering unbeatable deals and top-notch service. Visit us today at 501 West Emmett Avenue in Waverly or start shopping online at yourhometownchevy.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
Look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust. Richard. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new pistons. One very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
Rothkamp Financial is a comprehensive financial services firm committed to helping our clients improve their long-term financial success. Our customized programs seek to grow, protect, and conserve our clients' wealth by delivering personalized service and expertise. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member, FINRA SIPC. Please call us at 740-775-1040 to schedule a consultation.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
It's me, Wednesday Addams. Your life just took a dark turn. I regret to inform you that I have devised the meal of misfortune with Wendy's. It's pure torture for your taste buds, with 4 nightmares dips of dread. Don't waste my time asking which ones you'll get. You must surrender to your fate. Enjoy the anguish.
And number 14, sophomore Sydney Wade. Your head coach is Leslie Hammond, assisted by Tara Miller and Jason Weaver.
All righty, we welcome you back into the Hatton Gymnasium. Cavaliers and Panthers first serve coming up in just a moment. If you were with us last week, you know the caliber of volleyball. We were able to watch a 5-setter between between Circleville and Logan Elm in Pickaway County, and then we went all the way down to Gallia Academy where the Blue Angels took one from the Wheelersburg Pirates in 5. It was the first match, I believe, lost of the season for Wheelersburg. Both of those teams came in 7-0, so that was a great one as well.
Well, it's awesome to see programs test themselves, as they get in the conference play year in, year out. They I don't want to say accidentally, but it seems like they almost always win, anywhere from 80%, 90%, sometimes all of them. So when you get out in that non-conference and you can challenge yourself, boy, does that make a big difference come tournament time.
So the Cavaliers coming into tonight, sitting at 5-5, 2-0 in the Frontier Athletic Conference. Same conference record for Miami Trace, but they're 4-2. Talked about some of that tough non-conference for Chillicothe, Unyota twice, Wheelersburg, Hilliard, Bradley. The 5-set win over Tays Valley last night snapped a 3-match losing streak for Chillicothe. So you figure at one point the Cavs were 4-1 and just ran into a tough stretch of that non-conference schedule.
Yeah, they did. I think last night's important for Chillicothe from the standpoint of just some confidence. I know both teams played 5-setters last night. Miami Trace, it's always good to win, always good to get confidence, but really on the Chillicothe side, I think that could be something that jumpstarts them here tonight a little bit.
So the 5'9" senior Lauren Farron serves it away, and we're rocking and rolling in the Hatton Gymnasium as Dudley goes to the far side for Tomlinson. Now near side, it's Guess who rolls it back over to Chillicothe. Dudley goes to the far side, back to Tomlinson, and a nice dig by Ackley. Near side on the attack, it's Lauren Guess who tools the block for the kill.
Miami Trace.
Yeah, right off the bat, some good defensive effort from Ackley, able to extend the rally, and then you get your go-to Guess on the outside, a good swing.
So Miami Trace with the first kill of the match as Farron serves it away. Dudley comes near side for Miller into the back row and a dig from Carter. Now near side again, it's Lauren Guess, but that one's dug up in the back row by Hammond. Free ball over by Miller, back to the Panthers now. Yeasel goes backside to Robinette. Down the line, that one's dug up in the back row for Chillicothe. Here's Tomlinson, another swing and another dig for Miami Trace. A lot of swings early on for Tomlinson as Lauren Guess sends this one into the net, and we're tied up at 1.
Yeah, that time Guess not able to get the normal approach. Had to kind of go from the standstill off 2 feet. Just never did get a real comfortable swing at it.
Now the senior McKaylee Miller back to the line for Chillicothe. Yeasel front setting near side. Lauren Guess tools the block once again for the kill.
Early and often outside to Guess. That time the block was there, unable to get the hands extended out over the net. She was able to tool it up the net and find some open area.
Now the junior setter, Kylie Yeasel. Free ball sent over by Chillicothe. Front set. Lauren Guess down the middle. A nice dig in the back row for Chillicothe. Another free ball over by the Cavaliers. Yeasel goes front side right back to Guess. 3 kills already here in the first set for the junior.
Well, again, what you love there is how many opportunities she's getting here in the early going. Probably her 6th or 7th swing already, and already has 3 kills for all 3 Miami Trace points.
Bump set from McAllister to the far side and a roll shot by Hammond. Yeasel goes backside down the line. Allison Carter flips it over with the right hand. Here's Dudley going front side for Evelyn Hammond. That one's dug up by Yeasel. Now near side, Guess pushes it over with 2. A nice dig on the Chillicothe side by Dudley. Roll shot on the far side. It's blocked. Brianna Webb.
Miami Trace.
Yeah, nice job. Hammond forced off the net here. Chillicothe having trouble passing on target. Hasn't really given Hammond much of a swing to this point.
4-1, Miami Trace leading Chillicothe here in the first. Back set from Dudley down the middle. It's Steitler, but she's blocked up top. It's 5-1, Miami Trace.
Yeah, great start for Miami Trace here on the road. They're able to get Guess going early, and now some defensive work.
Dudley tight to the net, and it's pushed over on the free ball by Chillicothe. Yeasel to Guess near side, and a nice dig for the Cavaliers, but another free ball back to Miami Trace. Bump set from Yeasel. Guess nearly gets the kill, and she eventually will. So a hot start for Miami Trace, 6-1, and a quick timeout for the Cavaliers here in the opening set.
Yeah, outstanding setter play there from Yeasel. Get that ball popped up, and Guess off to the hot start. And Dewey, I take you straight back to the pre-match coverage when you asked me what I thought the key would be, and you've seen a great illustration of it already in terms of Hammond not getting much of an opportunity on the outside, and it's all coming down to Chillicothe not being able to pass the ball on target. So some good Miami Trace serving to this point. They've avoided the error. It's had Chillicothe out of system, and as a result, it's been Lauren Guess who's been able to get off to the hot start.
And you mentioned the passing. I believe the first 3 swings for Chillicothe were all Grace Tomlinson. And not that that's a bad thing, but when you have the hitters like Hammond and even Miller as well, who are averaging more percent, they're just not getting a lot of swings, and a lot of that goes back to the receive off the serve for the Cavs.
Well, you and I talked about this before too. So what happens is Chillicothe and serve receive to start the match, they back their rotation up once. So Hammond actually starts in the back row just for that first time until they side out. And as a result, they just haven't really been able to get in system. She's had a couple of roll shots, but she hasn't really had what I would consider a true swing to get going yet.
Out of the timeout, Yeasel serves it away and gets the ace. Her 10th of the season.
Yeah, and again, we talked about the risk-reward. Miami Trace, they've had the 51 aces, only the 41 errors, but they've only been able to serve it inbounds at about an 89% clip. So far tonight, pretty good start.
7-1, Miami Trace leading Chillicothe. Back set near side. Here's Steitler with a roll shot back to the Panthers. Yeasel goes front side, right back to Guess. She's blocked, but she's able to tool it, and it flies out of bounds. It's a 7-point lead for the Panthers.
Yeah, Chillicothe just absolutely no answer for Guess on the outside, and Yeasel is as advertised. The setter's really good.
She sends this one right over the tape for the ace.
Point, Miami Trace.
And we haven't even seen Lauren Ferens yet. It's 9-1, Miami Trace leading the Cavs. It's been all Lauren Guess here in the first half of the opening set.
Sydney Wade checks in for Chillicothe there. We'd watched her a little bit in the JV match.
And another ace for Kylie Yeasel, who has absolutely caught fire from the line for the Panthers.
Yeah, just a nightmare start for Chillicothe, and you mentioned a little bit of that mental block of where Miami Trace has been in this league. So this is just how you draw it up if you're a Panthers fan.
This time, Yeasel sends it off the tape. It falls on the Panthers side, and it'll finally go back to the Cavaliers as they trail by 8.
Yeah, and again, you get that error there, and you trade that there because she had come away with the 3 aces. We'll watch throughout the night to see if they can keep it on the good side of efficiency.
Cantor serves it away for the Cavs. Here's Yeasel coming far side for Guess, who rolls it over to the Cavaliers and gets the kill. Chillicothe just simply has not had an answer for Lauren Guess here in the early going.
Well, because they've only scored 2 of the first 13 points, Guess has just set up tent in the front row. The best way to get her out of there is to get her to the back row.
Front set from Whitty, far side. Hammond down the line gets her first kill of the night. Her first true swing of the night as well, and she makes it count.
Well, and it showcases a little bit what we're talking about in terms of her talent level. But as you said, Lauren Guess on the one side with 6 kills, probably about 10 or 11 legitimate attacks.
Overpass from Miami Trace, and it's sent right back down by Evelyn Hammond.
Point, Lady Cavs.
Your Chillicothe just trying to settle in here. Need a hot server.
Yeasel retreating to the back row, goes backside, down the line, another kill for Lauren Guess.
Point, Miami Trace.
Yeah, you just got to be able to recognize where she's coming out of. First ball over, hitting out of the opposite side. The block's got to be aware.
81 kills, 4.8% coming into tonight. Shane, you said it, Guess has been as advertised so far here in the opening set. Bump set from Hardesty and a free ball over by McAllister. Yeasel goes front side. Here's Lauren Ferens. Her first swing of the night goes for a kill.
Miami Trace.
Yeah, Lauren, the senior, she's like, well, give me a turn to get up there in the front row, and that's her first swing of the night, and that's pretty impressive.
We talked about how there weren't a lot of complimentary scores for the Panthers. High on the stat sheet as Lauren Guess gets the ace, and we're certainly getting a glimpse of that here.
Well, no question. From one Lauren to another, Lauren Guess across the front row, now doing it as a server. Now Lauren Farron's going to hit on the strong side for the Panthers.
For Guess, her team leading 14th ace of the season. Whitty backsetting near side for Hammond, who gets the kill.
Solid trip across the front row for Hammond with three kills there, but it's just you can't fall behind, especially in this rally scoring. You can't fall behind a team like Miami Trace and spot them a 9-10 point advantage.
The senior McKaylee Miller rotates back in. Hammond serves it away. And over the back line, an error will hand it back to the Panthers with a 10-point advantage here in the first.
Yeah, again, been a problem for Chillicothe. Not necessarily the difficulty of their serve, but sometimes the efficiency of it.
Allison Carter serves it away for the Panthers. Here's Whitty going front side, down the line. It's Miller, and she gets the kill.
Miller. Point, Lady Cavs.
Good set to the outside there from Whitty. Give Miller one of her first legitimate attacks of the evening, results in a kill.
And the junior Natalie Donnelly back to the line for the Cavs. Bump set from Yeasel near side. It's Ferens right over the tape for the kill.
Point, Miami Trace.
Seems like any time, Shane, the Cavs start to get a little bit of momentum. The Panthers say not so fast, my friend.
Well, they've had three opportunities now where the block has been in the right spot, just simply not getting the hands extended out over the net.
Ackley back to the line for the Panthers. Dudley down the middle. It's Miller up over the tape who gets the kill.
Big swing by Mac Miller. Point, Lady Cavs.
One of the best server seeds of the evening for Chillicothe. And I always feel like the momentum of this sport, even if you can't come all the way back in this first set, Chillicothe needs to get something that they can get a little confidence with going into the second set.
McAllister serves it away for the Cavs. It'll be a free ball over off the serve receive, but it falls in for the kill. What should have been a great attacking opportunity for the Cavs turns into a point for Miami Trace.
Miami Trace.
Yeah, and you can see it in the body language a little bit, just deer in the headlight a little bit shell-shocked.
Farron's back to the service line for the Panthers. Dudley goes backside. Here's Miller swinging away, but too strong past the back line. It's 18-7 here in the first.
Lauren Farrens and Lauren Guest playing opposite one another on the strong side. As Farrens goes back to serve now, Guest returns to the front row.
Dudley goes backside, right back to Miller. She's blocked up top. Guess who? It's Lauren Guest. 19-7, Panthers leading Chillicothe in the opener.
Sorry, dude. There's the technique I'm talking about. Guest gets up high, gets the hands out over the net to stay out of the net, and gets the block for a point.
Bump set from Hammond far side and a free ball over by McAllister. Here's Ziesel right back to Guest near side. She gets the kill. No, it's a free ball back over by Chillicothe. A nice play by the Cavs. Right back to Guest. This time she sticks it in.
Point, Miami Trace.
Good effort from Chillicothe to keep the ball off the floor, but give Miami Trace credit. They don't go into the premature celebration. They come right back with a quick attack.
And a service error for Lauren Farrens.
Point, Lady Cavs.
Certainly a time for the Cavaliers, even if you're not going to win this set, an opportunity to build some momentum heading into the second.
I agree.
Nearly an ace for Miller, but it's a free ball over by Miami Trace. Down the middle, Hammond gets the kill. It's one of those things we constantly talk about with volleyball. It's one of, if not the only sport where ultimately the scoreboard resets at the end of each frame.
Yeah, and that's a big point that we always make. A lot of times in basketball, football, you get way behind. Here, you're going to get a chance to start over 0-0.
Giesel front setting down the line. It's Guest. She's blocked back to the Panthers now. It's a free ball over by Robinette. Tight to the net. Dudley sets it up, and a free ball attempted by Hammond, but it's back over to Miami Trace. Guest pushes it over with two, finds a gap and sticks it in.
The two juniors, Kylie Yeasel and Lauren Guest, just have great chemistry together. They're on the same page, good communication. That was just some clever play there in terms of a little bit of chaos, and they just stay real comfortable and make their play.
And miscommunication for the Cavaliers leads to the ace for the Panthers. Kylie Yeasel gets another. I believe that might be 4 already here in the first set.
4, that's what I have on the 4, yeah.
I believe it's 5 or 6 total for the Panthers here in the first. Set to the far side. Here's Hammond swinging away. Nearly gets the kill, and she eventually will.
Point, Lady Cavs.
You know, Dewey, Chillicothe matches up just fine there. Hammond with 5. And it's kind of been a quiet start for them, but she has 5 of their 10 on the kills. It's just a matter of getting her opportunity.
And not a lot of opportunities so far tonight for Hammond, but she certainly made those count that she has gotten. Bump set from Yeasel from the attack line. It's a roll shot from Getz. Now Hammond on the attack with the right hand, sticks it in the back left corner for the kill.
Point, Lady Cavs.
It's one thing I love about Hammond's game. Obviously, she can go highlight reel with the big time, rockets, but she also is a creative shot maker.
Cantor turns it away for the Cavs. Bump set from Yeasel near side. It's Guest back over to the Cavaliers. McAllister middle of the floor on a free ball over by Chillicothe. Yeasel goes front side. Lauren Guest gets the kill.
Point, Miami Trace.
It's been a dominant opening set for Miami Trace, headlined by the setter play from Yeasel, but it's been a lot of Lauren Guest on the outside for the Panthers.
Yeah, you and I've called some outstanding players this point in the year. Lauren Guest having about as impressive a set as we've watched this year.
And a tight serve from Robinette into the net. 23-12, Miami Trace leading Chillicothe.
Miami Trace, about 3 errors on the service line, but because of their hot start, they haven't really been hurt by it.
Easel goes backside looking for Guess down the line, and it's dug up by Whitty. Now Hammond swinging away on the far side, and a dig from Guess. Now on the far side, it's Allison Carter swinging away her first kill tonight. Set point coming up for the Panthers.
Big time set for Yeasel. Obviously, Guess starting to get a lot of eyeballs. You talked about them not getting very many swings, but that's what I mean by being efficient with the ones you do get.
Whitty goes backside. Here's Hammond with a roll shot, and she sticks it in the left side for the kill.
Again, such a clever play. When you don't get a clean ball or a chance to really swing, you just get up in the air and get creative, and she finds a hole and rolls it in there.
Following the kill, Hammond will serve it away for the Cavs. Bump set from Yeasel far side, and a free ball pushed over by Ferens. Whitty goes to Miller far side, nearly tools the block, but the Panthers keep it alive. Down the line, it's Lauren Ferens who gets the kill and puts the first set to a close. 25-13 the final. Here in the first, second set coming up when we return to the Hatton Gymnasium. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
It's me, Wednesday Addams. Your life just took a dark turn. I regret to inform you that I have devised the meal of misfortune with Wendy's. It's pure torture for your taste buds, with 4 nightmarish dips of dread. Don't waste my time asking which ones you'll get. You must surrender to your fate. Enjoy the anguish.
Back here in the Hatton Gymnasium, it was a dominant set 1 win for Miami Trace, 25-13 over the Cavaliers. Headlined by Lauren Guess, who had a lot of opportunities and made a lot of them count.
Yeah, unofficially, I had 10 kills in that opening set. And the funny part about it, in a 25-13 loss, Hammond had 7. So, I mean, obviously the two elite hitters able to make some good on their opportunities, but I thought the early start had a lot to do with the tough serving of Miami Trace, the inability for the Chillicothe server, Steve, to answer the bell, and before they could even settle in, they were down, 11-2 or so forth, and it was kind of over from the start. If you're Chillicothe, I thought you made a great point, Dewey. We talk about it in volleyball all the time. You get down, let's say a team gets hot in basketball against you, or you have a turnover in football or whatever, and you get down 2 touchdowns during basketball, you get down 15, 20 points, you have to come all the way back. In volleyball, it's not the way it works. You know, you get dominated 25-13 on your home court. Now you can hit the reset button. It goes back 0-0, and you just got to try to come back and even the match at 1.
Set 2 coming up here between Chillicothe and Miami Trace. One of the things we talked about in the pregame was that Miami Trace has had 36 consecutive wins in the FAC, and we're certainly getting a glimpse of why that streak is in place here tonight so far.
Yeah, well, and if you don't think both sides know that, you're wrong. That's what happens in the mental side of sports sometimes is the one team knows that, hey, when we play, we win, and the other team knows, hey, when we play, they win. You know what I mean? That's one of those things you've got to be able to overcome that. So you got to be able to put the mental block to the side and gain some confidence here, and you do that by just being able to serve receive here and put the ball on target to give your hitter a chance. The unique thing is oftentimes when you're in serve receive, you back that rotation up, and it took Hammond a second to even get to the front row. So that'll be something to watch as you go. The Chillicothe will be on the serve here in the second set.
What was it down south? Notre Dame girls won like 100 and some consecutive conference games in a row before Green beat them this past season.
Yeah, and then Nelsonville had won 40 some in a row in the TVC. Alexander knocked them off earlier this year. So those streaks, They matter in conferences.
As Miller gets us off with a service there. It's 1-0. Miami Trace leading Chillicothe. And Chen, I don't know if we got to it, but the last time Miami Trace did lose an FAC game was right here at the Hatton Gymnasium back in 2021. They dropped both matches to Chillicothe that season. Here's Dudley to Hammond, far side, and we're tied at 1. Oh no, it looks like they had it out of bounds.
Point, Miami Trace.
Yeah, I agree. That's clear cross court on us. It looked like it caught some real estate, but evidently went wide.
2-0 Miami Trace here in the first. Dudley a bump set to Hammond, far side, swinging away, dug up by Ackley. Here's Guess with a roll shot back to the Cavs, and she's calling for a double touch.
Yeah, still on the contact that goes over the net.
Lady Cavs.
They returned to the old rule book, as I call it. As I've said throughout our coverage here, on your side, you could pretty much do whatever you want with it nowadays.
Bump set from Yeasel near side. It's Guess into the net, but she's able to roll it up over the tape. That one caught a piece of the rafters, and it's back to Miami Trace. Here's Guess swinging away once again, and she gets another kill.
Point.
One of the things you see here at Chillicothe and it's part of that old school effect, for a gymnasium with 2 levels, not a very high roof.
No, it's not. It does have a little bit of that old school feel. I like the atmosphere when I've been in here over the years for some different events. It's a place that can really get rocking.
Whitty goes to the far side. Hammond down the line with the left hand. What a play by Guess to keep it alive as the Panthers get it over on the free ball. Whitty goes right back to Hammond. It's dug up in the back row by Giesel. Here's Guess swinging away. She's blocked up top by Hammond. Right back to Guess. She pushes it over with 2. Now Whitty goes to Hammond, who gets the kill.
Yeah, Hammond shows some really good volleyball IQ there. She read that Guess was going to go at the tip. She got off the net, goes with a short little 2-hand overhead pass to Whitty, and she gets right back on top her setter and gets the kill. Well done.
So the Panthers leading Chillicothe 3-2 here in the first. They have a bit of an injury, it looks here, to Brianna Robinette. She's helped off the floor by Yeasel.
Can't tell there. I know
she looked like she had a smile. She looked like she had a smile on her face, so you figure if it was a cramp or... Obviously, we don't want to play doctor up here. She's being tended to, and since we're not immediately returning to play, you got to figure she's planning on going back out. It's 3-2 Miami Trace after winning the first set 25-13, a dominant opener for the Panthers. It was actually the first conference set loss of the season for Chillicothe. They're now 6-1.
Yeah, seems in some discomfort there. Now they are giving them a second. You know, volleyball, it's such a unique substitution situation, Dewey, because if it's a player that would play all the way around and someone comes in, that's the spot in the rotation for the second set they have to remain in. So they are going to go to the bench here, and looks like Radcliffe's going to come in and play that spot.
So Brooklyn Radcliffe will take the spot of Robinette. And we'll get back to it here on the Cuppet Court.
So Radcliffe will join Guess up in the front row and hit on that opposite side where Guess has been hitting more here on our near side, which is her strong outside spot.
Grace Tomlinson serves it away out of the break. Bump set from Ferens, near side, a roll shot from Guess. Chillicothe quickly sends it back to the Panthers now with 2 hands. Radcliffe pushes it over with 2. And blocked up top on the attack. It's Lauren Guess who plants it on the Cavaliers side.
Yeah, well done. Once they got into the second ball, Guess rotated to the middle. Ratliff came to the outside, so Guess there in the middle, really active on the defensive side of the net. Goes up with the 2 hands and throws it down.
Radcliffe back to the line for the Panthers. Whitty goes backside. Here's Hammond down the line. Guess keeps it alive. Now she'll attack near side, rolls it over, and a free ball over by Cantor. Giesel goes back to Guess. She pushes it over with 2. It's dug up by Hammond, now swinging away far side, and a dig for Guess. Now on the attack far side, it's Carter. It'll be a free ball sent over by Chillicothe. Giesel goes front side to the near side down the line. It's Lauren Guess swinging away. Now back to Hammond far side. She tools the block for the kill.
That's a big point for the Lady Cavs.
One of our biggest rallies of the night. Had some pretty good volleyball back and forth, some pretty good defensive effort. Thought McAllister was solid for Chillicothe in that rally.
Now Hammond back to serve. She leads the Cavs with 20 aces this season. Giesel goes backside down the line. It's Guess for another kill.
Point, Miami Trace.
Really good serve receive from Ackley. Hammond does have a tough serve. Ackley with a real solid pass just to start the point for the Panthers.
The Cavs defensively have just not had an answer for Lauren Guess so far tonight. Overpass from Miller, spiked right back down and sent over on the free ball for the Cavs. Now near side, Farron swinging away, but it's blocked and sent back by Taylor Hardesty.
Point, Lady Cavs.
Yeah, much needed defensive effort. I thought Whitty had a nice ball there to keep that point alive, and then Chillicothe's defense able to gather the point here and see if Chillicothe can get even and just settle into the match a little bit.
Dudley serves it away and gets the ace.
Natalie Dudley. Point, Lady Cavs.
The Cavaliers even it up at 5 here in the second.
Dudley on the serve here. She'll set across these 3 back rotations. So Chillicothe will have 3 hitters on the attack.
Serve from Dudley into the back row, and it falls in for the ace.
Another ace service by Natalie Dudley.
Natalie Dudley, a nice little
Lady
spark
Cavs.
for the Cavs here. Now up to a 6-5 advantage and showing some signs of life.
Giesel coming near side for Farron. She tools the block, but it falls down on the Cavs side. Now back to Miami Trace. Down the middle, Ella Butt swinging away. Chillicothe keeps it alive. It's Miller who pushes it over with 2, and it falls in for the kill.
Yeah, what you're seeing, Dewey, is just a little bit more effort, a little bit more confidence. You know, Dudley's giving him a little bit of a spark here. McAllister's been good in the back row, just keeping the ball alive.
Dudley has caught fire from the line, as have the Cavaliers. And a miscommunication between Miami Trace allows the serve from Dudley to fall in for the ace.
Point, Lady Cavs.
As again, the Cavaliers behind the Dudley serve have caught fire here in the second set. Giesel front setting, Farron's down the line, tools the block for the kill.
Nicely done from Farron's there to stop the bleeding. Great run for Dudley there. Even statistically, sometimes you get in that gray area when that ball's contacted that second time on how they're going to statistically count the ace. Nonetheless, I think we'd agree that her serve really had a lot to do with that run.
And a service error for Allison Carter.
Point, Lady Cavs.
Because of the big lead in the first set, the 3 service errors for Miami Trace did not factor in. Now Chillicothe out in front, that's something to pay attention to.
McAllister serves it away for the Cavs. Bump set from Giesel near side. It's Farron. She's blocked by Miller now on the far side. A jousting match that falls to Chillicothe's side. Roll shot from McAllister into the back row and a dig from Ackley. Giesel comes to Farron's near side. That one's dug up by Dudley. Free ball sent over by Chillicothe. Giesel tight to the net, goes right back to Farron's. A big swing, but she's blocked by Miller as Giesel sends it over on the free ball. Dudley to the far side. Here's Tomlinson swinging away. A nice dig from Ackley. And a roll shot near side into the net for Miami Trace.
Dewey, much improved defensive effort at the net for Chillicothe. You notice the double block getting up nearly on every attack. A couple blocks, not necessarily for a point, but the blocks in play keep the rally going, leads to the Miami Trace hitting error, and a nice spurt for Chillicothe is going to force that Miami Trace timeout.
Timeout for Coach Doug Mason. The Panthers, they trail 10-6 here in the second set. If you're just now tuning in, it was a 25-13 set one win for Miami Trace. Lauren Guest had a big one in that one. And it was a set that you never really felt like Chillicothe was in it. As anytime they started to show a little bit of life, Miami Trace nailed the coffin a little more.
Well, look at the difference there. Gass had the huge run across the front row to start the match. She had 10 kills in the first set, only 2 here in the early going, as she's made a rotation pretty much all the way around. So that just shows you a little bit where Chillicothe's been able to shore up the service game on both the serve and the serve receive. And defensively, I think the size of the net starting to impact just a little bit more than early in the match. Thought Miami Trace had some open opportunities at the net.
So out of the timeout, it's a 10-6 Chillicothe lead. Here's the sophomore Campbell McAllister back to the line for the Cavs. Giesel goes front side to Ferens for the kill.
Point, Miami Trace.
Dewey, you know I love that out of timeout situation. You know exactly where you want to go to Ferens on the outside, and she delivers. So that's what you want when you call that timeout. You're obviously doing it to stop the momentum and trying to regain it yourself.
Dudley goes backside. Here's Miller down the line. Panthers keep it alive. A bump set to the near side, and it's Ratcliffe with a strong roll shot that flies over the back line. It's 11-7 Chillicothe.
Yeah, great opportunity here for Chillicothe. Hammond returns to the front row. Got Miller back to serve.
Giesel goes front side. Ferens soft and in the middle.
Point, Miami Trace.
3-point lead now for the Cavs.
Again, Dewey just uncontested at the net. There's really no reason. There should be more of a presence defensively in terms of some blocks getting up there and giving her something to look at.
Bump set from Dudley to the far side. Here's Hammond with the right hand, but she's blocked by Lauren Guest as it falls to the Cavalier side.
Yeah, just not much she could do with it. Tried to push it outside there a little bit, but again, got to get that pass on target.
Set from Tomlinson to the far side and a roll shot from Hammond. Bump set from Giesel down the middle. It's pushed over by Lauren Guest, who gets the kill. Out of the timeout for the Panthers, they've stormed back. They trail by just a single point, 11-10.
Yeah, good call, Dewey. Coming out of there, you know everything that Chillicothe had been doing. Now this looks a little bit more like that opening set.
Bump set to the far side. Here's Hammond swinging away. It just does get up over the tape and falls in for the kill.
Hammond in the double figures now with kills after having 7 there in the opening set. 3 more here in the second.
Giesel comes to the far side for Guest. It's dug up by Cantor. Now Woody to Tomlinson, I believe, on the far side. She gets the kill.
Nice ball from Whitty to push it all the way outside there. The block was late because they had cheated the Hammond. The block was late, and she was able to pull it off the top of the block. Sailed long.
Free ball over by the Cavaliers. Giesel front setting, Guest down the line, unable to keep it inside that back left corner.
Yeah, one of the few times Giesel and Guest have not been on the same page. I think Giesel was expecting her hitter to go just a little quicker.
Giesel front setting, bringing it to Guest. Dug up by Cantor in the back row. Now Tomlinson swinging away. Overpass from Ackley, sent right back to the Panthers by Hammond. Out of the back row, a big-time swing from Carter. Now Hammond rushing over to the near side, but unable to get it up over the tape.
Point, Miami Trace.
Yeah, Hammond got caught in the middle there a little bit, didn't really have a hole to throw it down to. I think I'd have kind of liked to see her back off the net and keep it on her side, maybe come right back to her for a hammer.
Whitty goes to Hammond on the far side, bounces it off of the block for Miami Trace. Now on the second touch, it's sent back over to the Cavs. Hammond down the middle, dug up by Yeasel in the back row, and a free ball pushed over by Miami Trace, but a violation against Guess.
Yeah, second time. You can see the spin on the volleyball. A lot of times what used to be the illegal contact, no matter where it was, now when it goes over the net, it's still illegal in that sense because it's changing the possession over the net.
Yeasel front setting to the near side. Guess with a roll shot gets another kill.
Yeah, everybody doing their job there. The great serve receive from Ackley, the great quick jump set from Yeasel, and then Guess continues her big night. Now 14 kills already here halfway through the second set.
Whitty back setting near side. Hammond into the back row and a dig from Ratcliffe. Bump set from Ferens and a free ball over by Yeasel. Here's Whitty on the second touch and an overpass from the Panthers. Far side, Hammond swinging away, gets the kill.
Yeah, great system from Chillicothe there. They were prepared for the free ball coming over. McAllister with a good, quick, short pass. And the reason that's important, Dewey, is they're able to go quick before the defense can set and get the block up there.
Yeasel goes backside, down the line. It's Lauren Guess with another kill.
Outstanding ball there. Again, great ball from Yeasel to get it out there to give her a chance. And then Guess, really like her vision. She has a good feel for the court. She knew exactly where she wanted to go with the ball there and was able to place the shot in that back corner.
Free ball sent over by Huddleston. Now Yeasel comes to the near side. Lauren Ferens tools the block for another kill. Seems like any time the Cavaliers start to extend that lead, the Panthers come crawling back.
I love how Ferens gets all the way outside. Yeasel uses that low shoot set to the outside. It beats the block.
16-14 and an ace for Lauren Guess. That brings it to a 1-point lead for the Cavaliers. But a much more competitive set here in the second, contrary to the first.
No doubt about it. Chillicothe playing far better energy.
And back-to-back aces for Lauren Guess, and we're tied at 16.
Timeout, Chillicothe.
And a timeout for the Cavaliers.
You do what I was saying earlier. A lot of times statistically you get into some different definitions of, aces and kills going over and that, how many different contacts on the defense or whatever. And, it's unique because I'll have a lot of people tell me, it's kind of like baseball, there's still scoring decisions and different things that go into it. But nonetheless, I think it's fair to say that Lauren Guess is doing just about whatever she wants here in the early going tonight. Chillicothe was able to get her under control a little bit early in this second set, but now you're getting to a point where she's starting to find a rhythm, not just as a hitter at the net, but back here on the service line.
And same thing in basketball. I mean, how many dribbles does the guy get before the guy that passed it to him doesn't get the assist anymore? It's the same idea.
Yeah.
So it's 16-all here in the second set. It's a 25-13 set one win for the Panthers over Chillicothe. We had a bit of a late start after the, I guess it's considered JVB and JVA matches here tonight. Both went to 3 sets. I believe it was around an 8:05 first serve at the Hatton Gymnasium. Bump set from Miller, far side, and it'll be a free ball over by Whitty. Yeasel comes to the near side. Ferens just ran out of room and unable to get a good touch on it. It's 17-16 Chillicothe.
Yeah, one of the few mistakes there from Yeasel here on the evening. She comes in touching the ball hundreds and hundreds of times with just a few errors, and so that's one that you won't see very often there.
Now it'll be Dudley back to serve. The Cavaliers caught some fire with Dudley at the line earlier on in the match. Easel to Farron's near side, nearly gets the kill. A nice play defensively for Huddleston. Now on the far side, Miller is blocked and it's pushed over by the Cavaliers on the free ball. Here's Farron swinging away near side. Did she get the tip? They did, and the kill goes to the Panthers.
Point, Miami Trace.
Yeah, again, the block just late to get established there.
Bump set from the attack line to the far side. It's Miller swinging away, but she was unable to get it up over the net. Miami Trace takes the lead, 18-17.
Pretty pivotal point here for Chillicothe. Don't want to fall down two this late in the set.
Tied to the net, a bump set from Dudley. Back to the attack line. Miller swinging away for the Cavs. Here's Easel to Farron's near side. Another kill for the senior.
Miami Trace.
Again, our camera gives you a great angle of it. Notice how Farron's gets all the way outside and creates that angle. With Chillicothe's blocks having a heck of a time with it. Farron's all of a sudden comes alive here. She has 6 kills here in this second set. She's been a big part of bringing them all the way back and now up 2.
A service error for Allison Carter. That one well off the mark.
Yeah, much needed from Chillicothe. And those are the little things that's hurting Miami Trace. You get up 19-17. That's where the error really can play a factor in a set.
Campbell McAllister back to the line for the Cavs. Easel tight to the net, setting it up for Farron's near side. This time the Cavs block is there in time, and it's a free ball over for Miami Trace. Dudley to Miller down the middle. A nice play in the back row from Ackley. Roll shot from Yeasel. Back to the middle of the floor now, and Miller will send it over on the free ball. Here's Yeasel to Farron's near side. Nearly gets the kill. A diving effort from Tomlinson and a free ball by Miller. Yeasel goes right back to Farron's. Tips it over with the right hand, but it's Miller and Steitler on the block for the Cavs.
Yeah, good effort all the way around on both sides. Some pretty good volleyball. Again, I just like Chillicothe's energy level better now compared to earlier. We're tied at 19.
Bump set from bump set from Yeasel. Farron swinging away. It'll be Tomlinson up over the tape now. It did not get up over. Fell on their side, and the Panthers were the first to 20 here in the second.
Yeah, tough break for Chillicothe there. They had the attack stopped, and they were just unable to keep the ball alive.
McAllister goes to Tomlinson, far side, off the Panthers block. Now a free ball pushed over by the Panthers, far side, right back to Tomlinson with the right hand. She gets the kill.
Point, Lady Cavs.
Ties at 20. Hammond, who got a quick break there during her back row play, now returns the lineup, and she will be back in the front row.
Easel from the far side. She'll keep it there, a bit out of rhythm. It's Farron's. As Easel sends it over and past the back line, Chillicothe retakes the lead, 21-20.
I think we'll have a timeout here, Miami Trace. I'd say Coach Mace can't be very happy with just a few of the unfortunate. Ferens is going to be starting on the opposite side. So this first attack, percentages say that it'll be an attack on that opposite side. Chillicothe's got to be aware of that if Miami Trace is able to serve receive well here.
Out of the timeout, Miller serves it away with a 1-point advantage. Giesel goes to the far side for Ferens, who's blocked up top by Tomlinson. One too many touches. The Panthers run out of time on their turn. It's 22-20.
Outstanding out of the timeout for Chillicothe, understanding exactly what I was talking about. Now 22-20. Again, it's the same thing here. Got to know where the ball's likely to go.
An overpass for the Panthers. Attacking opportunity now for Chillicothe. Hammond down the middle. It's dug up by the Panthers, but a free ball over to Chillicothe. Dudley right back to Hammond down the middle for the kill. Cavaliers taking opportunity and making it count here in the second.
Outstanding job for Hammond. That's what I said earlier. She kept the one on her side. The attack didn't get the kill, but pretty much a free ball back over. They go right back to her, and she drops the hammer.
3-point advantage now for the Cavaliers. Giesel comes to Farron near side. Dug up by Dudley and a bump set from McAllister. Roll shot far side from Tomlinson. Now Giesel goes to Ferens, this time out of the middle, but she's blocked up top by Grace Tomlinson. Set point coming up for the Cavs.
Yeah, Guess stuck in the back row. We talked about it with Hammond earlier. Guess in the back row. Miller having a nice run here at the service line.
Giesel goes to Guess out of the back row for the kill.
Well, that's one way to get her involved in the back row. Just go ahead and set her up there. Sends a rocket and survives one set point. Chillicothe's had a couple times on film as I studied them in prep for the match tonight where they've struggled to finish off sets. So this is really important that they don't let this go too far here.
24-21, Cavaliers leading the Panthers. It's Lauren Ferens who serves it away. Tomlinson back setting to the near side for Steitler. It's dug up in the back row by Ackley. Now Giesel goes to Guess with the right hand, another kill, and the Panthers are back within two.
Yeah, with Guess back in the front row, it's going to be that much more difficult if you're Chillicothe. The best way to go about it here is not let the ball come back across.
And a timeout for Leslie Hammond and the Cavaliers. 24-22, currently set point for Chillicothe, but Miami Trace not done just yet here in the second set.
Well, I like the timeout for a couple reasons. One, again, you're playing a team that has struggled with some service errors throughout the early part of this season. So it's kind of like you're icing the free throw shooter, right? Give them something to think about there. It also gives your serve receive just a chance to take a breath, refocus. You obviously know where you'd love to go at the volleyball if you pass on target. I'd say number 10 is a pretty good option with the evening she's having already. And you're going to try to put this second set to bed and even the match at one.
It's been quite a night offensively for Lauren Guess. Lauren Ferens has had her fair share of kills as well. Talked about it coming into tonight. Guess and Ferens averaging over 8 kills between the two per set. Nobody else on the team is averaging a kill per set. Tomlinson goes to Hammond on the far side. That one's dug up by Ferens. Bump set from Giesel and a roll shot from Radcliffe. And she gets the kill. Now the Panthers are back within one.
Yeah, that's just miscommunication there. You got to call the setter off, get her to the net.
And an ace from the line for Lauren Ferens. The Panthers have tied it at 24, and it'll take an extended set here in the second.
That's what I talked about. Chillicothe's had some trouble in these set points, kind of finishing the deal. Now Miami Trace all the way back 24-all.
Ferens serves it away and gets the ace. Back-to-back aces for the Panthers. They've come all the way back and take the advantage. Set point now for the Panthers. Tomlinson sets it up. Hammond far side with the right hand. Dug up by Radcliffe. Giesel on the second touch. McAllister's there for the dig. Here's Tomlinson swinging away, dug up by Ferens, tight to the net. It nearly falls in, but the Panthers get it over on the free ball. Down the middle, Hammond unable to get it up over the tape, and the Panthers come all the way back to win the second set, 26-24.
Yeah, devastating loss there for the Lady Cavs. Had, 4 opportunities to win the set. Panthers come all the way back and talk about taking all the momentum, now up 2-0 in the match.
I believe it was 6 straight points for Miami Trace to take the second set, like you said, 26-20. The final here in the second. Set 3 coming up when we return to the Hatton Gymnasium. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
Look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie & Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
We welcome you back to the Hatton Gymnasium. Miami Trace leading the match thus far, 2-0. They come back, set 2 win for the Panthers. I believe it was 24-20 was as far apart as it got when we got to that set point for Chillicothe. And then Miami Trace got Lauren Ferens back to the service line. They got Lauren Guest back into the front row. And it was 6 unanswered points for the Panthers to take that set 2 win.
Yeah, it's really where it was. I think it was 24-20. Chillicothe had the one opportunity with Guest still in the back row. They side out, get her back to the front, or maybe she was back there the point before. But also when Ferens went back to the line, she had 2 aces in that mix, and she had another couple serves that really did not allow Chillicothe to go into attack. I mean, they had Hammond in the front row and everything. A great opportunity there. It's just squashed there by Miami Trace, and again, that's what champions do, right? They get in those situations and they stay alive and they find a way. So now 2-0. If you're Chillicothe, you can take some positives from how you played in the second set. You're obviously capable, you know that now. But man, if you're Miami Trace, this is where you want to keep the foot down and go and put them away.
Now, Shane, for the Cavs and what you've seen on film and what you've seen so far here tonight, what do they got to do to extend this one to a 4th and even potentially 5th set?
Got to continue to get a little bit of resistance at the net. They got to get a block up there, show Guess and Ferens something to look at, try to get some touches, some balls in play, and then on the other side, they got to continue to play at that energy, pass the ball on target. Look, Hammond has 12 kills in the match. I thought Michaela Miller, I thought she served the ball pretty well there on that run. So again, you have some things you can hang your hat on. You just have to get off to a good start here and try to put yourself right back in a position to get a set and this time finish it.
So 25-13, the set 1 win for the Panthers. 26-24 in set 2. Miami Trace set away from extending that FAC match win streak to 37 games, spanning all the way back to 2021. Their last conference loss came right here at the Hatton Gymnasium to Chillicothe.
Serve will go back to Miami Trace here in the third. So you're going to have a situation again where Chillicothe, let's see if they choose to back that rotation up or if they tweak their rotation a little bit. I thought in the first set they had trouble surviving it, got off to a terrible start. Something they're cleaning up over there in front of the Chillicothe students.
So it'll be Lauren Ferens to serve it away for the Panthers. And set 3 is underway here at the Hatton Gymnasium. Dudley backsetting Miller down the line, dug up by Giesel. Bump set from Robinette near side. It's Guest down the line for the kill.
Point, Miami Trace.
It's been a problem that the Cavaliers defensively have just not been able to solve here tonight.
Good to see Robinette return. She was the one hurt earlier, correct?
Dudley goes front side for Tomlinson. Ackley on the second touch and a free ball pushed over by Guess. Down the middle, it's Miller, a soft touch with the right hand, an athletic play by Ferens to get it back over. Now Tomlinson to the back left corner, unable to keep it inside of that corner, and it's 2-0 Miami Trace.
Yeah, right idea. It was there, just couldn't hit her spot, and Ferens really showing off her all-around game. Some good defensive effort there.
Free ball sent over by Miller. Now Giesel to Guess near side with the right hand and a dig from Tomlinson. Now near side, it's Steitler who pushes it over with two. They dig it up, Giesel to Guess. She's blocked up top by Steitler, and it's pushed over by Ferens on the free ball, but Ferens is called for the two-touch violation.
Double hit, point, Lady Cavs.
Yeah, just a little bit careless in the unforced error there. Miami Trace, that's the third time it's happened to them. You just got to be aware when you're sending that ball over. You just got to be a little cleaner in your contact.
Giesel on the second touch, unable to stick it in. A heady play by the center, just unable to execute.
Point, Lady Cavs.
Yeah, tight to the net. All she could really do with it, just couldn't quite get it inside the line.
Giesel front setting to Guess near side. Another kill for Lauren Guess.
Point, Miami Trace.
Dewey, I've been impressed with Ackley in the serve receive. Pass right on target, and when you have a setter as good as Giesel and then a weapon like Guess, man, that just gives every option to your offense, and it all starts with a great pass from Ackley.
Tomlinson setting to the far side for Hammond. All she can do is push it over with two. Now Guess on the attack for Miami Trace as McAllister comes to Steitler near side with a roll shot, and she sticks it in for the Chillicothe kill.
Marissa Steitler, point, Lady Cavs.
Much needed from Chillicothe. They just need a spark here a little bit. I felt like there was times where they really took it.
Shane, they took the point away.
I didn't see the signal. I apologize. I don't know if they had a substitution issue.
So instead of 3-3, it's 4-2 Miami. Trace used a roll shot far side from Hammond. Bump set from Carter to Guess, another kill.
Point, Miami Trace.
So just like that, you go from 3-3 and it's 5-2.
Yeah, and that's where you mentally got to put it behind you and not let this thing get away from you. If you're Miami Trace, this is where you want to go right now. You got a chance to take a stranglehold on the match.
Giesel serves it away for the Panthers and out of bounds.
Out of bounds, point, Lady Cavs.
Good break for Chillicothe there. Miller will be back on the line.
It's Isabella Cantor who gets the ace.
Cantor, I apologize. Yeah, that's a nice sign as well. If you're Chillicothe, if you can get something out of your serving, that'd be a big lift to your offense.
Bump sent from Robinette near side, a roll shot from Guess. Here's Woody to Hammond down the middle, dug up by Ackley in the back row. Giesel goes back to Guess. That one's dug up by Morgan. Now Hammond down the middle, she gets the kill.
Nice throw by Evelyn Hammond. Point,
So the Cavaliers fight back to even it up at 5 apiece. Giesel comes to Guess near side. She gets the kill.
Point, Miami Trace.
Lauren Gass really showing off the entire arsenal there. That ball was pretty far off the net. She just made an adjustment. Still got a lot of top Yeah, a lot of topspin on that ball.
Second touch by Morgan to the middle, and it's sent over by McAllister on the free ball. Yeasel back setting for Robinette. She gets the kill.
Point, Miami Trace.
Use it just enough to keep the defense off balance. I mean, as you said, you're spot on, Dewey. Usually going to use Guess or Farrens when they're in the front row, respectively. Use that back set every now and then. You're going to get an open net.
Hammond brings it back to the middle, and it's sent over by Whitty on the free ball. Yeasel goes to Guess, and a dig from Morgan. Now McAllister goes to Tomlinson far side, and a dig on the Panthers side for Guess. Free ball sent over to the Cavaliers now. Whitty sets it up. Tomlinson pushes it over with 2. Yeasel to Guess near side. She tooled the block. No, they're going to say it's out of bounds. No touch for the Cavs.
Lady Cavs.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, just giving her something to look at. Even when the block there was a little bit late, it at least was just enough to make her feel like she needed to come more to the line, and she hits it wide.
Roll shot near side for Butts. Now Whitty on the second touch. Yeasel's there for the dig. Now near side, a roll shot for the Panthers. Hammond swinging away down the line. It's dug up far side by Yeasel, and Guess sends it over on the free ball. Whitty goes back to Hammond, swinging away. Ackley with a dig in the back row. Down the line, it's Guess off the top of the tape, and it's dug up by Hammond. Hammond pushes it over with 2 and sneaks it in for the kill.
Point, Lady Cavs.
Get Hammond with 2 big-time swings there, and great defensive effort for Miami Trace to keep it off the floor, and then she just, tips it on over with 2 hands, and it falls right for the kill.
Butts on the free ball, back to Chillicothe. Tomlinson to Whitty, far side. It's Hammond who rolls it over. Back-to-back kills for the junior, Evelyn Hammond.
Starts with a tough serve, results in the free ball. Chillicothe able to go quick, and great vision from Hammond to roll it right over top of the block into the open area.
Far side on the attack, it's Guess. Cavs keep it alive. Whitty over on the free ball. Yeasel goes right back to Guess. This time she gets the kill.
Point, Miami Trace.
Guess now with 5 kills in this third set. I believe that's unofficially 22 on the evening. We're only 8 points into the third set. Wow.
Guess floats it over the net for the Panthers. Whitty goes backside. It's Hammond who pushes it over with 2 and gets the kill.
Lady Cavs.
3 consecutive kills for Hammond, where we've seen her take some tempo off of it, and it's able to fall in.
Yeah, Hammond with 16 kills on the night. Going to go back to Huddleston to serve here. Give Hammond a break.
Yeasel comes to Farrens near side. Morgan digs it up in the back row. Now Whitty goes to Miller along the line, and she gets the kill.
Great swing there from Miller on the outside. Chillicothe up 2. And again, keep in mind, Chillicothe did everything but score the final point in the second set. So the Cavs have played a pretty good stretch of volleyball here.
Bump set from Yeasel. It's pushed over by Guess. Now Whitty goes right back to Miller. She's blocked up top by Allison Carter.
Big time defensive effort from Carter. Block for the point on the solo act.
Whitty goes right back to Miller. She pushes it over with 2. It's dug up and sent over on the second touch.
Out of bounds, point.
But out of bounds, Cavaliers take an 11-9 lead.
Dudley returns, and she'll be back to serve, and she'll set across the back row for Chillicothe.
Nearly an ace, but it's sent back over on the roll shot from Guess. Far side, Miller floats it over the net for the Cavs. Now on the attack, Ferens is blocked up top by Hardesty and Steitler.
Point, Lady Cavs.
Yeah, nice defense. And again, Chillicothe up 12-9. Let's see if I can get a little bit more out of the results here. And going to have a timeout, a little wet spot there. Lauren Ferens calling for the towel.
And Shane, it may seem obvious, but when that Cavaliers block is able to get there with the correct timing, they've had a lot of success defensively tonight.
Well, they have, and obviously you want to try to get some blocks for the point, but if nothing else, you have to give elite hitters like Lauren Guess and Lauren Ferens something to look at. Can't give them an open net.
And an ace from the line for the Cavs.
Dudley, point, Lady Cavs.
The junior Natalie Dudley extends the Cavaliers' lead to 4.
And this is where if you're Miami Trace up 2-0, you can't lose your focus or that killer instinct. You might wake a giant.
And back-to-back aces for Dudley.
Lady Cavs, ace service, Natalie Dudley, timeout.
And a timeout for Miami Trace.
Well, you just see the body language, Coach Mage is not very happy. You know, you're proud of your kids, the way they responded there in that second set. And give Chillicothe a lot of credit, dude. It's been easy when you lose, 4 straight set points and lose 26-24. Now all of a sudden, kids respond, put themselves right back in this thing.
Something you've talked about on film. It seems like the Achilles heel for Chillicothe has not been getting off to a good start or holding a good lead. It's been finishing sets down the stretch. We've certainly seen that here tonight. That's something the Cavaliers will obviously have to correct here in the third and potentially the fourth to keep this one moving along.
Yeah, it's something I charted a little bit in my notes this week. And just, you know, they would get to some situations into the 20s, and you know, a couple times they still survived and won those sets. But they've had a lot of opportunities around that 21, 22, 23 that I've noticed where just for whatever reason kind of have trouble putting that final nail in.
So out of the timeout, it's a 5-point Chillicothe lead as of now. Back-to-back kills for back-to-back aces for Natalie Dudley. Over past Chillicothe, quickly sends it back. Here's Ferens near side, but it looks like it'll be one too many touches. It'll fall on the Panthers side, and it's 15-9, Chillicothe leading. But again, it's a point caused by the strong serve from Dudley. Giesel front setting. She goes to Ferens near side. Morgan with the dig in the back row. Now a roll shot from McAllister. Near side, Ferens swinging away. Blocked up top by Hardesty, and it falls on the Panther side.
Hardesty and Styler continue to put a good double block up here, giving them fits. And what you're seeing here in this serve receive is when they've been able to stay away from Ackley, they've had pretty good success.
And that one will fall in.
That time they go at Ackley and still get the point. So Dudley really providing quite a spark. Remember, she was the one in the second set that opened things up a little bit. Now in the third set, open it up even bigger.
17-9, Chillicothe leading Miami Trace. Here's Giesel to Ferens down the line. Blocked once again by Hardesty, but it flies out of bounds. So Ferens able to tool the block that time around for the kill.
Again, a good effort, though, and again, to show you how good that block has been in that rotation. That's Ferens' first kill here in the third set.
McAllister sets it up for Miller out of the back row, and she gets the kill.
Big swing by Mac Miller.
Mac Miller, as she's called there by the PA announcer here at Chillicothe. When she swings, she's very capable. She now has 5 kills on the evening. I'd like to see Chillicothe in these 3 rotations get her involved offensively a little bit more.
8-point lead for the Cavaliers as McAllister serves it away. Giesel looked like she was going for Robinette, but it's Guess flying out of the back row to get the kill.
Point, Miami Trace.
Yeah, the block was aware of it. They just maybe went a hair early. They were on their way down, and that allowed the strength of the swing to get that ball down through the block.
Dudley back setting Miller near side. That one's dug up by Carter. Now a roll shot near side for the Panthers. Tied to the net, Dudley sets it up for Tomlinson, who gets the kill.
Grace Tomlinson with the kill. Point, Lady Cavs.
Nice ball from Dudley there to stay out of the net. She almost allowed the foot to go all the way across the line. So now at 19-11, Hammond will return to the front row. Miller will go back to serve.
And we've seen Miller and the Cavs catch some fire when she's back to the line as well. This time she sends it into the net.
Point, Miami Trace.
Again, 19-12. Let's pay attention to Chillicothe's ability to finish here, Dewey. See if Miami Trace can put a little pressure on them again.
It'll be the junior setter Kylie Yeasel to the line for the Panthers. Bump set from Tomlinson back to the middle of the floor, and McAllister on the free ball. Now Yeasel to Guest near side. Tomlinson is there for the dig. Dudley down the middle for Hammond, who gets the kill. The Cavaliers the first to 20 here in the third.
Point, Lady Cavs.
5 kills now for Hammond here in the third set. Chillicothe's got a lot of things working here over the last, I'd even say over these last 2 sets, the second and third set, serving pretty well. Good attacks in the front row from Hammond.
Yeasel comes near side with the left hand. It's Guest. She's blocked back to the Panthers now, and right back to Guest with a roll shot into the back row. It falls in.
Point, Miami Trace.
Well, and what happens, it's that complementary volleyball, Dewey, as the block starts to improve, and I do think the defense of Chillicothe, that's improved, you got to start to understand in the back row, you got to be aware of the tip.
Whitty sets it up for Hammond, far side. She is going to get the kill. Got caught up in the rafters here at the Hatton Gymnasium, eventually fell down around the baseline.
Lady Cavs.
Without a doubt, the largest lead of any given set tonight for Chillicothe. Yeasel goes backside. Here's Guest, who pushes it over with 2. It's Tomlinson on the dig, and now Hammond back to Miami Trace. Nice play defensively from Morgan to keep it alive, and a roll shot from Hammond, dug up by Ackley. Near side, Guest swinging away. Morgan with another dig. This one in the back row. Hammond with a roll shot far side. Bump set from Yeasel to Guest. She rolls it over. Morgan with another great dig and a roll shot far side for Hammond. Guest on the attack, and she sails it over the back line.
Out of bounds, point.
Give a defensive start to Vivian Morgan there. 3 times she's able to keep the ball off the floor, keep the point alive, and then results in the hitting error. So great job by Morgan defensively there in the back row.
Timeout, Miami Trace.
And a timeout for the Panthers. They trail Chillicothe 22-13 here in the third. If you're just now tuning in, first couple of sets have gone the Panthers' way, 25-13, 26-24. The second set in which Chillicothe led at one point, 24-20, had a handful of opportunities with set point, but they were unable to capitalize.
So if we're seeing this the same way, Dewey, tell me if you'd agree with this. I mean, Miami Trace completely dominated the first set, but Chillicothe's kind of outplayed them here over the last 2 sets now. But because of that 24-20 inability to finish, Chillicothe facing the uphill battle. But you can't win 3 sets in just the third set, right? You got to do it one at a time, as they say. Chillicothe in a great position to get right back in the match here.
And certainly if you look to the back half of that opening set, after it was 10-2, after Miami Trace jumped out to that big lead, it was fairly even volleyball from that point on. But when you jump out to that kind of lead, it's going to be tough.
No, that's a fair point. So, yeah, I mean, Chillicothe's really played right with them. Not a lot to show for it. That's why I think confidence-wise, it's important for them to go ahead and finish this thing off before it gets too close.
Tomlinson out of the timeout, serves it away and gets the ace.
By Grace Tomlinson, point, Lady Cavs.
Certainly a nice start there out of the timeout with Tomlinson, the junior. Push 2, as they like to say here. The Cavs need to do so to get on the board.
Easel goes backside looking for Guess. The junior plants another one.
Miami Trace.
And just not very good recognition from Chillicothe again. Recognize where she's going to be on the first ball over. Stat sheet tells you there's about a 90% chance it's going to her.
Guess serves it away and over the back line. Set point coming up for the Cavs.
You like those sound effects there, dude? Kind of a little atmosphere piece here.
Third down. Very similar. Set point for Chillicothe here in the third. It'll be the junior Evelyn Hammond to serve it away. And past the back line, so that'll hand it back to Miami Trace with a 9-point deficit.
Yeah, it's still a part of the game that's still coming, the consistency. She's had the 20 aces on the year, but only serves at about 82%. Needs to cut some of the errors out. She'll do that, and she'll make the adjustment.
Whitty goes to Miller, far side, off of the Panthers block. Ackley to Yeasel out of the back row. It's Guess swinging away, but she's unable to get it up over the tape.
Chillicothe's saying they never touched it. They're saying it hit the tape and went out.
The far side official ruling that it must have caught some of that Chillicothe blocking out of bounds. So give the kill to the Panthers. It's 24-16. We'll play on. Whitty sets it up. Miller far side down the line for the kill. Cavaliers not done just yet. They take the third, 25-16. We'll take a break. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
At Chillicothe Comfort Heating and Air, your comfort is our priority year-round.
Whether it's blazing hot or freezing cold, we've got your back with fast, reliable service you can trust.
Locally owned, honest, and done right the first time.
We have financing options available for every budget as well as 60 months 0% interest.
Call us today and feel the difference that comfort makes.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
We welcome you back to the Hatton Gymnasium. Some late Tuesday night volleyball here in the FAC. Miami Trace leading the Cavaliers 2-1. The first serve of the fourth set coming up in a little over 90 seconds. It was the Panthers who took the first couple of sets here tonight by scores of 25-13 and 26-24. It was the Cavaliers to take the second set. I believe 25-16 was the final in that one. So a big set coming up here between the Cavs and Panthers.
Yeah, really the common theme on the Miami Trace side, Chillicothe hasn't had a real answer for Lauren Guess. 26 kills is what I've run unofficially for through 3 sets. I mean, you're talking at an unreal rate, but Chillicothe's been able to survive it a little bit here. Lauren Farron's been a nice complimentary piece. When Guess goes to the back row, she comes to the front row hitting in that strong side. Let's see here. She picked up another kill there, so she's going to be at 10 kills on the evening. And then, obviously, Kylie Easel distributing the ball throughout. Over on the Chillicothe side, Hammond keeping Chillicothe in it with 18 kills. I thought the Hardesty Steitler defensive effort at the net with some of the double block really started to slow down Farron's a little bit. They were involved in about 3 or 4 different plays, and I thought that was crucial. Also had a star in my notes here, Natalie Dudley on the service line. She's been quite a factor.
Feels like we're on one of those old school late night Pac-12 games that kick off obviously down over there at about 8 p.m., but over here it's getting closer to midnight.
Yeah.
But it's a lot better that we're at the Hatton Gymnasium and not down in Gallia. It makes it a little bit easier for us.
Well, I know you said you were getting hungry there a couple hours ago. If this thing gets into a 5th set, you might really start
limit my options. Running through one of the late night drive-thrus. Luckily, we have a handful of those around here.
I wouldn't know anything about that. I don't like to eat. That's why I'm so skinny.
So a big fourth set coming up here at the Hatton Gymnasium. Chillicothe forcing this fourth set with a 25-16 set 3 win. It'll be McKaylee Miller to serve it away for the Cavs. Set 4 is rocking and rolling here in Chillicothe. And an ace for Miller. It didn't look like that line judge on the near side corner gave a ruling, but it'll be an ace for Chillicothe. One of those moments where everybody's just kind of looking at each other, waiting for somebody to make a call.
Yeah, it was tough here. I couldn't really tell from our vantage point here, but good break for Chillicothe.
So the Cavaliers onto the board first here in the fourth. And a roll shot out of the back row, and it's going to go for a kill. As you mentioned in the previous set, Lauren Guess really showing off that arsenal.
Yeah, you just got to communicate there. I'm not so sure that ball wouldn't have been wide, but man, what a swing from Guess, and now she'll rotate to the front row.
Steitler sets it up far side and a roll shot from him, and now Yeasel tight to the net, goes to Guess for another kill.
I think a copy in 10. I think it's going to go the other way. Yeah, you see the signal there. She came a little wide, and it just caught a little bit of there, and the error will give the point back to Chillicothe.
2-1 Cavaliers. Cantor serves it away. Yeasel goes to Guess. That one's dug up in the back row by Morgan. Now Hammond on the attack, a soft touch, it falls in.
Dewey Morgan's been really good defensively for him here during this run there. There's a great example where she keeps a big swing off the floor and then gives her go-to hitter a swing and gets the kill.
Yeasel sets it up, goes right back to Guess, who bounces it off of the Cavaliers, blocked for the kill.
When Guess gets that wide, Farron's is a lot of the same, and Yeasel's able to push it out there. That's the ball Chillicothe's blocks had the most trouble with.
And a heady play by Morgan in the back row. She nearly was on the receiving end of that serve, but at the very last moment, she let it go through.
Yeah, the good communication, the old shoulder high, let it fly. Thought Chillicothe's hurt themselves a little bit with lack of communication. That time, good talking.
Yeasel sets it up near side, and it's a roll shot for Guess. Now Hammond on the swing, down the line for the kill.
Big swing by Evelyn Hammond.
Outstanding ball from Whitty to the outside. That lower, I wouldn't say quite the shoot set, but certainly a lower set, and it made it difficult for the block to get all the way out there. Open net for Hammond. That's going to end well for Chillicothe on most nights.
Guess tight to the net, will push it over with 2. Hammond to Whitty, now back to Hammond, far side. It's dug up momentarily for Farrens. And it'll eventually fall in for the point for the Cavs.
All of a sudden, the Whitty to Hammond duo gets it going, 6-2. Like the early timeout, Miami Trace, I thought, had an opportunity to kick them while they were down, so to speak, and they didn't do it. I thought they lost interest there in the third set a little bit, and I think Coach Mace kind of feels it a little bit. The momentum has started to really swing back to Chillicothe.
6-2, Chillicothe leading Miami Trace here in the fourth. We've said it a lot. We'll say it one more time and probably a couple times after that. A 36-game win streak in the FAC coming into tonight for Miami Trace. 3 consecutive 10-win seasons in conference play. What a run it has been for Miami Trace on the hardwood.
And you add all that up and you think of the way the second set ended, didn't you kind of feel like, man, I don't know if Chillicothe can come back from that? And to their credit, they've not only come back from it, they win the third set. Now they're out to the 6-2 set here trying to even the match at 2.
First time out of the fourth for Coach Doug Mace and the Panthers. It'll be Grace Tomlinson at the line for the Cavs. Yeasel goes front side, gets down the line. A hitting error for the junior.
Again, much better job of getting the block up there for her to look at.
And a service error for Grace Tomlinson. So Shane, what adjustments have you seen for the Cavaliers to, as of now, seemingly turn the tide and change the momentum here in the match?
Well, without question, in the second, third, and now early in the fourth set, there's far better defensive presence at the net for Chillicothe in terms of getting a block up there and giving the hitters something to look at.
Whitty goes backside to Hammond. Carter's there for the Miami Trace dig. Now on the near side, it's Guess who tools the block.
So you've seen a little bit of that. Like there she tools the block, but at least a double block attempt is up there. Earlier in the match, she was up there just swinging away like she did in warm-ups.
Whitty sets it up, keeps it on the near side for Hammond. Now on the attack, it's Guess into the net. 8-4, Cavaliers leading in the fourth.
Attack the setter there. Easel had to take the first ball, put Miami Trace a little bit out of system. Now 8-4 if you're Chillicothe. You want to continue to play out in front, try to win each rotation.
Huddleston at the line for the Cavs. Easel goes backside down the line. It's Guess who gets the kill.
Miami Trace.
Good, powerful swing. Miami Trace has been pretty successful in that rotation where she's swinging out of that opposite side on that first ball over.
And a service error for Lauren Guess.
Service out of bounds, point, Lady Cavs.
I think another thing that has changed for Chillicothe is they're really beginning to capitalize on the mistakes for Miami Trace, maybe something that really wasn't happening for the first 1.5 sets here tonight.
No, I agree. And then here we are back with Dudley at the line. Let's see if she can rekindle some of that run she had in the second and third set.
Easel goes to Farron's near side, dug up by Huddleston. Now Dudley goes to the far side with Miller, who gets the kill.
Yeah, again, Miller getting a swing on the outside.
Miller, point, Lady Cavs.
Such a great spark for Chillicothe, and it keeps Dudley on the service line.
Dudley floats it over for the Cavs. Ackley to Farron's over on the free ball for the Panthers. Dudley goes right back to Miller. This time she's unable to keep it into the back right corner. The Cavs asking for a tip, but they're not going to get it.
Miami Trace.
I like that they went right back to her, just a little long.
Carter serves it away. Dudley goes to Miller from the attack line, bounces it off of the Panthers block. Now Yeasel goes to Butts, back to the Cavs. On the far side, it's a roll shot for Miller. Now Yeasel to Farron's near side. She gets the kill.
Point, Miami Trace.
See, and that's on the Chillicothe coverage there. The blocks getting up there and getting the touch. The coverage just a little slow to react.
Dudley keeps it on the near side. It's pushed over by Hardesty. Now on the second touch, Yeasel tries to stick it in, but the Cavaliers are there and try to send it over on the free ball, but it's out of bounds.
Point, Miami Trace.
Yeah, unforced there, and all of a sudden back to 10-8. You're Chillicothe. You're trying to survive this and see if you can get Hammond back to the front row.
Dudley sets it up. Steitler back over to the Panthers now. Yeasel goes to Farron's near side for the kill.
Point, Miami Trace.
Miami Trace now back within one in the fourth.
Yeah, Lauren Farron's been successful in that outside attack. Now have her at 12 kills unofficially.
Dudley floats it up for Steitler into the back row, dug up by Ackley. Now near side, Farron's just inside of the back line for the kill.
Great play from Ackley, and again, Farron's one more time. Yeasel having her normal big night. As I said earlier, she comes in up over 1,600 kills already in her career. She's just playing her 7th match her junior season.
Dudley near side flips it over to Miller on the far sideline for the kill.
Point, Lady Cavs.
Senior Miller delivers when they needed her most. Miami Tracy come all the way back there, tied it at 10. That kind of keeps momentum on the Chillicothe side.
Yeasel sets it up for Farron's near side. Miller bats it up in the air, now back to the middle of the floor on a roll shot for McAllister. This time Yeasel will go to Ella Butts, who gets the kill.
Point, Miami Trace.
Sophomore, 5'11", first kill of the evening, comes at a pretty pivotal time to get things tied back at 11. See if they can get Miller to swing out of this opposite side.
It'll have to be a free ball over for the Cavs, but it's out of bounds.
Point, Miami Trace.
So the Panthers take the lead in the fourth. It's 12-11.
Yeah, a couple unforced errors here for Chillicothe.
Dudley sets it up. She'll keep it on the near side for Miller. It nearly falls in. A great play from Ferguson to keep it alive momentarily, but it'll eventually fall out of bounds. The Cavaliers tie it up at 12.
So tied at 12. Hammond returns to the front row. They're going to bring Morgan in to serve here in this spot.
Over pass for the Panthers. It's spiked right back down from Hammond.
Lady Cavs.
Nice job for Hammond. Don't try to do too much with it. You get up there, the high point, you see the open spot, just go and toss her down.
Morgan serves it away for the Cavs. Here's a bump set from Yeasel near side. Robinette swinging away and a dig from Morgan. Now on the near side, it's Steitler with a roll shot and a nice dig from Ackley in the back row. Now Farron's on the attack for Miami Trace. Dudley goes to Tomlinson, far side into the net. And we're tied at 13.
Yeah, back and forth we go. You wonder if it's going to be this seesaw or if one team can find a hot serve to get going. Just takes a little 3 or 4 point run here to get control of it.
Tomlinson going to set it up. She'll go to Hammond, far side. It's blocked up top. That's Robinette.
Miami Trace.
Along with Yeasel defensively for the Panthers.
Yeah, what a big block there.
A lot of height up front for the Panthers. Tomlinson goes backside. Here's Steitler. She was just able to keep it inside the antenna. What an athletic play from the 6-foot junior to get the kill.
Yeah, caught him off guard. The block, as you can understand, started to cheat toward Hammond a little bit. Set on that opposite side. Good adjustment from Steitler.
Yeasel goes to Guest near side, but it's up against the tape.
Evelyn Hammond, Isabella Whitty. Point, Lady Cavs.
Guest got caught in between there. Couldn't tell she wanted to go with a big swing or a little bit of a push.
Here's Yeasel, goes front side, pushed over with 2. That's Lauren Guest who gets another kill.
So tied at 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 here. Back and forth we go. Pressure's going to mount here. Chillicothe's got to have it to stay alive.
Whitty sets it up. That's Hammond on the far side. A soft touch, but a nice play from Yeasel to keep it alive as Guest sends it over on the free ball. Whitty goes back to Hammond. Another soft touch. It looks like they may have had Allison Carter over the midline. It was one of the Panthers right up there on the logo of midcourt. It's 16-15 Chillicothe.
Nobody's been able to go up 2. Let's see if Chillicothe can find a way to do so here. Self Guest in the front row for Miami Trace.
It'll be Yeasel from the attack line. Near side, it's Guess into the back row and a dig from Morgan. Morgan will just get it over the tape on the free ball for Chillicothe. Now far side, Carter is blocked. Back to the Panthers now with Guess swinging away, and she'll get the kill.
Point, Miami Trace.
Even on unorthodox swinging opportunities, Guess makes them all count.
Yeah, I love her the ability to adjust, hit a lot of different types of sets, and just as you would assume, we're tied again at 16.
Robinette's serve is into the net. Cavs retake the lead by 1.
Lady Cavs.
Looks like Huddleston's going to go, so here's a situation where Miller will return to the front as Hammond goes out. Huddleston just a sophomore.
Yeasel goes backside. Here's Guess back over to the Cavs. Now Whitty to Miller, far side, unable to keep it inside the line. It's 17 all.
Yeah, I'd like to see Miller get a little bit more outside and push that ball further out to her. She got caught up the net a little bit. What that does is it shrinks the floor on you.
Whitty goes to the far side, right back to Miller. Dug up by Yeasel, now Farron swinging away. Whitty to the middle of the floor on a roll shot sent over by Miller near side. Farron's again is blocked.
Out of bounds. Point, Lady
Looks
Cavs.
like they're going to have the Panthers on the free ball. It flew out of bounds. No touch for Chillicothe. A lot of confusion. Not really anybody knew what was going on, but it's a point for the Cavs.
Again, we talked about the back and forth. Chillicothe with yet another opportunity to go up 2.
Near side, here's Farrens who tools the block for the kill.
Miami Trace.
Big time swing here. That ball is tight to the net. Thought Chillicothe had an opportunity to make a play on it, unable to do so. Tied again.
From the attack line, it's McAllister to the near side with the left hand. It's Hardesty. Now Farron swinging away. She's blocked up top. That's Hardesty again. It nearly falls in. It's Ackley over on the free ball. Steitler to the far side. It's Miller who pushes it over with 2. Now on the second touch, it's Yeasel back to the Cavs. Miller far side swinging away. It's dug up by Carter. Farrens pushes it into the back row. It's dug up by Huddleston. Dudley to Miller far side. Dig in the back row for Guess. Now Farrens tools the block. Back-to-back kills for the senior.
Point, Miami Trace.
Yeah, big time swing from Farron. She has 5 kills here in this 4th set. Now it's Miami Trace that goes up 1. They have a chance to go 2 because I think we've been tied at every number 11 through 18 on the scoreboard.
Dudley sets it up. Here's Miller swinging away. Dug up by Ackley. Now Yeasel to Farron's near side. Nearly gets the kill. It's Dudley who digs it up. Now Miller on the attack far side. Yeasel to Farron's once again. She's blocked again. That's Steitler and Hardesty on the Cavs block. It's 19 all.
It's been a great defensive combination. Highlighted their defensive play earlier in the match. Boy, did they come up big time there to tie it at 19.
Yeasel back sets out of the back row. It's Guess. Cavs keep it alive momentarily, but miscommunication defensively will allow it to fall in. So the Panthers the first to 20 here in the 4th. And an overpass for the Cavs. The Panthers seemingly not ready for it. Here's Farrens. Hardesty tips it back to the Panthers. Out of the back row, it's Carter swinging away. McAllister will dump it off. On the free ball, Yeasel goes to Farrens. Down the line for the kill.
Miami Trace.
And we finally break that pattern as Miami Trace 21-19. Going to force a timeout for Chillicothe.
Cavs take the timeout. It's 21-19. Miami Trace leading Chillicothe here in the 4th. It's been an interesting match here tonight. We've had stretches where it's one team just absolutely dominating the other. We've had other stretches like the one we just had where it's back and forth, neither team able to get much of an upper hand.
No, it really hasn't. And I thought Chillicothe had a couple chances there, but they led by one and they went. But Miami Trace, to their credit, been able to withstand it now with Miami Trace going up 21-19. Really, really big point for Chillicothe, because you just don't want to allow Miami Trace to get away from you here.
If you're just now tuning in, the Panthers taking the first couple of sets here tonight by scores of 25-13, 26-24. That second set, the Cavs led at 1 point, 24-20. It was 6 consecutive points for the Panthers to rally back and win that one. Chillicothe taking the third, 25-16. Now the Panthers leading Chillicothe 21-19 here in the fourth.
Miller out of the opposite side here. If they pass on target, let's see if that's where they go with it.
Ackley serve off the hands of Tomlinson, and it'll fall back for an ace.
Great time for Ackley's first ace of the night, 22-19. A push three for the match here for Miami Trace.
As Ackley serve flies into the net. Both teams into the 20-point figures for the second time tonight.
Morgan's going to serve here. Hammond returns to the front row. See if they avoid Ackley here in the serve receive.
Far side from the attack line, a roll shot from Ferens. Once again, we see Vivian Morgan letting it go on another extremely close play.
Just great instinct, good feel. She followed it all the way to the line, just like you're taught. Now we're going to get a Miami Trace timeout. This is getting really fun here.
So the Cavaliers take a timeout. They score back-to-back points. They bring themselves to within one, and now the Panthers will take a timeout.
SVC volleyball score. Adena beat Paint Valley in straight sets, and then I was told Piketon won the first set over Huntington, but Huntington comes back and beats Piketon in 4. I did not hear a Uniota Zane Trace score. Did you ever catch one of those? Big spot here for Chillicothe. You're able to withstand there a little bit. Again, give Chillicothe credit. Every time you feel like Miami Trace, I'm going to go ahead and finish it off. Chillicothe has been able to hang in there. They showcased that in the third set, coming back to force a fourth set. Now here in the fourth set, back within one. Remember, it was Chillicothe that just completely gave the second set away as Miami Trace comes storming back from down 24-20 to win 26-24. And that's going to be the difference in the match if Miami Trace goes on the win.
Bump set from Carter near side. It's a free ball over by Ferens. Now Dudley goes to Hammond down the middle. Nice play by Yeasel to keep it alive. Ferens with another free ball. Dudley goes right back to Hammond. This time she gets the kill, and we're tied at 22. No, they're going to say no tip.
They're going to say it rolled down the tape. And wow, that's a huge swing. You're talking tied at 22 instead 23-21. Great break from Miami Trace.
Tomlinson goes to Hammond far side, a miss hit, and a match point for the Panthers.
Uniota wins in straight sets. Appreciate Jeff Miller sending that to me tonight.
A timeout for the Cavs.
Yeah, just a huge turn of events there with Hammond on a couple of attacks. And so now at 24-21, just going to try to freeze the server a little bit, see if you can get a pass on target and give Hammond a swing at it. Maybe this is Chillicothe's opportunity to turn the table from that second set thrilling comeback from Miami Trace. Been really impressed with Miami Trace tonight. I'd not seen them in person yet this year. They're outstanding at setter, and this Lauren duo of Guess and Ferens, man, they're good.
Now, Shane, correct me if I'm wrong. Miami Trace D3 or D4? I was trying to figure out if they were in there with Gallia Academy.
We looked that up the other night on overtime. I thought the Miami Trace was 3. Division III. Yeah, so I appreciate John Bruce there. We talked about that on overtime. I think got Gallia, Logan Elm, Circleville. They're all in that 4. Then as you go to the 3 side, you get into Miami, Trace, Athens. I think Uniota's in that mix.
Tomlinson to Hammond with a roll shot. Back to the Panthers now. Yeasel goes to Guest. It's blocked. Now Yeasel sends it over on the second touch. McAllister back to the middle of the floor, and it's Morgan over on the free ball. Yeasel sets it up tight to the net. It's both Steitler and Hammond with a jousting match with Guest. It falls to the Panthers side, and it's 24-22. Still set point and match point for the Panthers.
Great job by the junior duo, Hammond and Steitler. Big double block up there. Cavs live to play another point.
It'll be the junior Isabella Cantor back to the line for the Cavs. Ackley to Yeasel, near side it'll be Guess. Morgan digs it up in the back row. Now Dudley goes to Hammond, down the middle, she gets the kill. Chillicothe not done just yet here in the 4th.
Well, it's just been another, you and I continue to be spoiled with these great matches that we are picking and getting the call. Chillicothe needs one more for this to get really interesting.
Cantor serves it away for the Cavs. Here's Yeasel to the near side. It's Guess with a soft touch. A nice play from McAllister to keep it alive momentarily, but it'll fall in for the kill for Lauren Guess, who caps off an outstanding night of volleyball with a match-winning kill.
Kind of fitting that it goes outside the Lauren Guess. I'll get the unofficial total when we get to our post-match coverage here, but that's going to put her up over 30 on the evening. What an outstanding performance from the junior Lauren Guess.
25-23 the final. In set 4, a 3-1 set match win for the Panthers. We'll take a break. You've been watching Ohio High School Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news, Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
Glo Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real, reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glo Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glo Fiber is here. Welcome to Glo Ohio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLO or visit glofiber.com to switch today.
Experience the hometown Chevrolet difference. Check out our huge selection of Silverado trucks, Equinox SUVs, and the latest Chevy models. Priced to move and ready to hit the road today. Plus, with the Hometown Advantage, you get free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty at no extra cost. That's real value and real peace of mind. Your Hometown Chevrolet is proud to be your trusted local dealer of new and pre-owned inventory, delivering unbeatable deals and top-notch service. Visit us today at 501 West Emmett Avenue in Waverly or start shopping online at yourhometownchevy.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
Look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
It's me, Wednesday Addams. Your life just took a dark turn. I regret to inform you that I have devised the meal of misfortune with Wendy's. It's pure torture for your taste buds, with 4 nightmarish dips of dread. Don't waste my time asking which ones you'll get. You must surrender to your fate. Enjoy the anguish.
Back here at the Hatton Gymnasium, Shane Combs along with Dewey Daly. It's the Panthers who take it from Chillicothe in 4. That'll make it 37 consecutive FAC match wins for Coach Doug Mason, the Panthers program. It's been a great run, and they capped it off with a great, most recent win in that streak here tonight.
Well, when you said it was kind of a quick start, not bothered by the atmosphere at all, jump right out on Chillicothe and they go. In the second set, they kind of do it from the come from behind fashion where they're down 24-20. But that's obviously where the match turned. It looked like Chillicothe was going to even it up at 1, and they come back. And then give Chillicothe credit, they responded really, really well. And I think we both agreed from about the late first set all the way through the fourth set, Chillicothe probably, if not outplayed them most of the time, played right with them. But it's just that winning time ability to make plays. Lauren Guess, the 1-2 punch of Lauren Guess and Lauren Ferens. I have Guess unofficially for 33 kills on the night in just this four-set match. Lauren Ferens complements that well with 17. And then, you know, you get a little sprinkle in from Ratcliffe and Butts and Carter and Robinette. Ackley doing a good job leading the passing, and then, of course, quarterbacking it all, the outstanding junior setter, Kylie Yeasel. If you had to have a chance to see her play, she just does a terrific job. Based on the kill total I have, she's going to push 50 assists tonight. So, again, she's going to be up close to that 1,700 mark already just in her 7th match of her junior season. Over on the Chillicothe side, Hammond was terrific. She was as advertised, 24 kills on the offensive side. Miller with 9. I thought that defensively, Hardesty and Steitler were really, really good at the net. They were involved in some things, as was Tomlinson. And Morgan did a good job of passing. And I thought Whitty and Dudley did a good job setting, and McAllister working really hard in the back row. I don't think she did anything to hurt that 4.8 dig average that she comes in with as well. So pretty good volleyball on both sides all the way through. This puts Miami Trace in the driver's seat here early on. These teams are going to do battle again, obviously, when they meet later in the year over at Miami Trace. But what'd you say now, 37 and counting, and trying to become TVC champions yet again. And Miami Trace takes a big step tonight in doing that.
And the Reds are winning, off to a 1-0 start. South Stewart hit a solo home run. So
that's early.
Yeah, it's not the 7th inning yet.
Yeah,
Scott Marlowe hasn't started getting loose yet.
Got to be careful when that starter gets up around 79 pitches there.
As we said earlier in the broadcast, both teams back in conference play this coming Thursday. Chillicothe on the road up in Fayette County. They have the Blue Lions of Washington Courthouse. Miami Trace also back in Fayette County, so a couple of FAC matches not too far from each other, as the Panthers will host McLean, looking to keep that winning streak going in the FAC and remain unbeaten this season, going on what would be 4 consecutive undefeated seasons in conference play.
Unbelievable. And, do it like, again, with the volleyball coverage, it's just been, we've been a little bit spoiled. And I know we're going to have kind of a hit and miss schedule coming up here. We'll just stay tuned, and we'll always try to keep you posted. We're always going to try to do one a week as we get going into deeper in the year. We'll certainly get to 2 or 3. Last week we did the 2 because we knew it was almost a can't-miss matchup on both Tuesday and Thursday, which we certainly hit that correctly. So another great match tonight. We hope to be back with you on volleyball coverage next week, and I know you and I get real excited down the stretch when the conferences start to be decided and then the seeding comes out. That tournament trail, you and I usually stay pretty busy together.
Yeah, I mean, like we said last week, anytime we get these strong 4-set and 5-set matches that are super competitive, it makes us look like we know what we're doing a little bit when putting the schedule together. As you said, nothing is concrete as of now for either the rest of this week or next week, but also, as you said, the idea is, Will Benson hit a home run too, so there we go. That's a guy that hasn't had a start since August 1st. So, yeah, like you said.
And listen, I don't mean to be so bitter because I love me some Reds. I mean, I live and die with every pitch for 162, but last night was hard to let get away.
You mean about 158. You got to subtract the handful of games on Apple TV that I'm guessing you can't get on television as well. So, and you spend $100 to get the FanDuel Sports Network, and you get docked about. It ain't like they're playing on Sunday Night Baseball or anything, but they get the couple Friday night Apple TV games a year as well. So that'll wrap it up for us here tonight, Miami Trace. And again, make sure to stay tuned to all the socials to see where Shane and I are heading next. We could be going somewhere later on this week, or it could be sometime
Hey,
next
Miami
week as
Trace
well.
is really good. It's the first time I've seen them play. They're really, really good. They're really complete. And this Chillicothe team, I know the record isn't where they want it, but this is a good volleyball team as well. Look for both of these teams to still have their best volleyball ahead of them.
All righty, well, that'll wrap it up for our coverage tonight of Southern Ohio High School volleyball. For Shane Combs, my name is Dewey Daly, saying so long from the Hatton Gymnasium here at Chillicothe High School. You've been watching Ohio High School volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.